Have you been feeling distant to your grandchildren, children, or even your parents? Any conversation that you try to have with your loved ones, even trying to give them the best advice possible, turns into an argument? Well, a big reason for this could be the generation gap, either you believe it or not. If you're having any such troubles, in this video, I will try my best to explain what generation gap is and try to give you a solution that might just change your life and bring you closer to your loved ones. Let's begin by talking from the younger generation perspective in the current context. Everyone has heard that change is the only constant, but for some reason, it becomes very difficult for us humans to understand that same goes with our beliefs and thinking too. For example, a younger generation nowadays have access and exposure to way more things that might have not even been possible 10 years ago. They know things which most adults at their age from older generation might not have known for another 5 or 10 years at their age. And yet, being exposed to so much of early information, they manage to process and function like a normal kid. This already takes a lot, and you can't expect them to function the same way you would have and you should have done when you were at that age. There is a big time need for you to try to understand if what you want them to do is the right thing to do, or is it just your ego wanting them to do the things your way. If the times are different, there will always be a need to do things differently. You just need to understand if the things your kid want to do are the right thing to do or wrong thing to do in the context of what they are doing those things in. There's a need to understand that kids might want to do something that goes against your ways, but so does their environment, education, and exposure. And when everything is put to perspective, their way might be the right way to do it. And even if it's not, explaining why you think the way you think might give your loved ones a better understanding of your love and concern. Instead of making you the bad person while trying to help, a little explanation might bring you closer and give you better insights of the younger generation thought process as well. And last but not the least, if you want them to do something your way without any explanation, just out of your ego, how could you expect them to keep their ego aside and just accept without being able to understand the reason behind the actions they are supposed to take? Now, moving to the older generation perspective. Young generation often feel forced to do things a certain way just because their parents think that is the best way to do it. But have you ever thought why they might want you to do it that way? If you look at your parents, they practically don't get anything out of most things that they do for you. They do it just out of love. And if someone is doing something for you just out of love, why would they not be thinking best for you? In many cases, they might not know the whole situation, your circumstances, and the new ways. But at the same time, you don't know what they have been through, their experiences, and their knowledge. And maybe they actually do understand your situation much better than you do yourself. So, honest and non argumentative questioning might bring out things which you had no clue about, and even make you realize how much your parents love you. Many of us get annoyed when our parents or grandparents ask us for help with technology. It gets irritating when they ask the same question again and again for many times. But do you remember the time when you were a kid and asked similar questions about pretty much everything? Did they get annoyed? Well, they didn't. Well, that's because they understood that there is a need to explain things to you because you didn't have experience with your environment back then. Now, same goes for your parents and grandparents. Just the tables have turned. They need your help in understanding their environment, which they don't fully understand on their own. And now it's up to you to help them bridge the generation gap. Lastly, all I want to say is your loved ones are not your enemies. They just want different things and they're a different person than you. That's all for today. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more such content.